guys have a great club. You really do. I met a bunch of the families through the college process. So Phil and his wife, Kiefer's mom and dad, and then Frank. You have a great group. You got it, and Jim, a great group. Good luck, Coach. Good luck. Yeah. Okay, in the water. Lead swim will be Kaczynski, followed by Sogard, followed by Chase Wilson, Ryan Mealy in goal, William Ewald. Ryan Old, Luke Nelson. Greenwich will be playing La Jolla. So it's Kaczynski leading the swim. This game against La Jolla, not Del Mar, as it's listed, after an upset by La Jolla. Both clubs know each other, and Kaczynski comes in, he'll grab the tip-off, that'll go Greenwich's way, and Greenwich is out strong to start off this critical game, 1 of 3. Next game's at 2 Pacific, and then 6. Ball to Sogard, Sogard over. Glad you could join us for this non-commercial stream. Charlie Kaczynski. Kaczynski over to Sogard. Ewald, Nelson. Nelson to center to Ole. And La Jolla will come up with it, and we'll go back the other way. Just underway here, 6:29 to go, first period of play. Greenwich Aquatics in white caps playing La Jolla in dark caps. Greenwich is defending the eastern goal, La Jolla defending the western goal. Greenwich in a defensive position. Set D is Luke Nelson. Shot goes wide. Mealy will get a reload, and the boys from Mason Street will work their way up the pool. Ryan Mealy. Up to Sogard. Sogard over to Kaczynski. Back to Sogard. Kaczynski. In the center to Wilson. A shot just short. Now we'll go back the other way. La Jolla working the ball around. Greenwich getting in D. Shot taken and made, and La Jolla will draw first blood at 5:17. This first morning matchup at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Greenwich to reset. 1-0. La Jolla up by 1. Ball back to Ewald. Ewald over to Sogard. Play the strong side. Sogard to Kaczynski. Kaczynski in over to Nelson. Nelson feeds Wilson. And La Jolla picks it up. And we'll go back the other way, so Greenwich not able to convert on that possession. La Jolla bring the ball over. Shot goes part of the pool. They basically dump it. And now Mealy will come out and get it. Shot clock expired. 4:24 to go, first period, 1-0. Ryan Mealy. Mealy up to Ewald. Ewald over to Old. Old quick release. Goalie blocked it, and now we'll go back the other way. 1-0. 4:11 to go. La Jolla with a long pass. Chasing was Ewald. Ball goes over the crossbar. Now Mealy will pick it up. Fast rate of play. 4:04 to go. First period. Sogard. Sogard looking, feeds to Wilson. Wilson turns and scores an incredible move by Chase Wilson. Just sheer brute force on the assist from Sogard. La Jolla to reset. In the water, Luke Nelson, William Ewald, Ryan Old, Chase Wilson, Charlie Kaczynski, Vilas Sogard, Ryan Millet in goal. Wilson applies pressure. Old now to get it, and an ordinary foul. La Jolla brings the ball into play. And La Jolla squeaks that one by to make it 2-1 at 3:24 to go, first period. Greenwich will now reset. As always, if someone could drop a chat, let me know on the audio and video quality. That would be helpful. Try to be in a good spot for this non-commercial stream. Folks back home. Ryan Old feeds Wilson. 5 meter. Greenwich will get a penalty. 5 meter. And it looks like Old will take it. At 3:10 in the first period. Ryan Old. Old make that count on the left side, and now Greenwich will reset. La Jolla will reset. And Greenwich finds itself tied, 2-2. 3:10 to go, first period. Same players in the water. Wilson will apply pressure. Wilson just working his way back. Beautiful job on D by Chase Wilson. Ordinary foul. Kaczynski backs off. Shot goes wide. Great job by Millet. And who comes up with it? Looks like Sogard. An incredible heads-up play by Millet, protecting his goal. Off the post, Millet blocked it. Another person came in. Thank you, Allison. Another La Jolla player came in on the rebound. Now the ball goes back La Jolla's way. 2:17 to go, first period. Strong La Jolla club. This was the matchup at Club Champs. Greenwich walked away with that one as a victory. And La Jolla team has not forgotten that, I am sure. Shot taken, Millet blocks. Well covered also by Sogard and Kaczynski, protecting the goal. Millet to distribute. 1:52 to go. Millet looks up the pool. Over to Sogard. Ordinary. Ryan Old. In the center to Wilson. Wilson! And an exclusion, man up Greenwich. Quick. Need to be quick here, boys. Ryan Old. Over to Kaczynski. Old. Nelson. All three in shooting. Kaczynski, Sogard. All around the post. Kaczynski's there. Over to Sogard. Sogard to Nelson. Nelson fires post. Kaczynski picks up on the rebound. Over to Sogard. And Sogard makes it count. Nice job by Vilas to now bring Greenwich up by 1. 1:16 to go. First period. Beautiful play by Vilas Sogard on the assist from Luke Nelson. Vilas Sogard on the assist, and Luke Nelson on the assist to Vilas Sogard. It's still early, and I almost threw my Starbucks. And a shout out, of course, to my friend Barbie. I hope the new heels, you like the new heels. I heard you picked up the new pair yesterday. Greenwich will now, and speaking of Barbie, Luke Nelson will take the ball up. 57 seconds to go. This first game of the morning. Greenwich Aquatics, Whitecaps versus La Jolla in dark. Sogard, Old. Old, quick flick. They hold on to it. We go over to Sogard. Sogard looking. Sogard across. And Sogard smartly dumps it. And by the way, we've got a Fahey is in for Kaczynski. So you'll see cap 11, Luke Nelson, Ryan Ohl. Ball, long pass. La Jolla's going to have to catch that. And now an exclusion on, looks like, number 7, Luke Nelson. 6 on 5 for La Jolla in terms of people. Shot goes crossbar. 3-2, Greenwich leads by 1 in the first period. Nelson's out of the penalty box. And now Nelson shoots. Ooh, some nice accuracy. And that will end the first period, where Greenwich up by 1. And the boys will come in, and they will take a quick break as we switch periods. Zoom in on the score, and beautiful day here in Tustin, California. About 70 degrees, dry. And we're going to go on mute for about 30 seconds. Okay, we're about to resume second period of play. After the first period, Aquatics is up by 1 against the tough La Jolla squad. Luke Nelson in the pool, cap 7, followed by, it's going to be Ryan Ohl, then Changor Bartusik, Ryan Miele in goal. Jack Delane is in, cap 8. Vilas Sogard, and Tyler Fahey will lead the swim off. And Fahey will pick it up. Beautiful job. Greenwich gets a second swim off. And he goes back to Sogard. Nice job by Fahey, rising senior. Greenwich possession. Sogard. Ball across. Luke Nelson looking across the pool. Nelson fires in the center. Delane is there, as is Mr. Ewald. And another 5-meter, interjection. And now Greenwich is up 6 on 5, the power play. Fahey to Nelson, to Ohl, back to Nelson at the top of the key. On the strong side is Sogard, working his way in, over to Fahey. Fahey's there. Fahey ever so gently over to Sogard. Sogard fires to make it 4-2. Vilas Sogard on the assist from Tyler Fahey. Nice play by Greenwich, and Greenwich able to convert. So now La Jolla will reset. 6:23 to go in the second period. La Jolla to take the ball in. La Jolla working the ball over. And a beautiful steal by Luke Nelson, like the Loch Ness Monster from the depths of the Foothills pool. Comes up with it and over to Miele. So now the boys from Mason Street will have another possession. Changor Bartusik. Bartusik over to Ohl. Ohl ever so gently tosses it up from about 6 meters over the goalie's head on a nice lob, the country club lob, to make it 5-2. 5:44 to go, second period. Greenwich leads by 3. Jack Delane is in for Chase Wilson. Delane was applying pressure. La Jolla now coming across. Now we have an exclusion on 10, Sogard. So La Jolla's man up. La Jolla taking its time. And La Jolla converts. Despite 3 white caps surrounding the player, La Jolla makes it 3-5. 5:16 to go in the period. Greenwich will now sub in Ewald for Bartusek. Delane is set D. Fahey with the ball. Fahey over to Sogard, the lefty. Sogard looking across, ordinary foul. Ball in the center. Oh! Ryan Ohl with a quick flick of the wrist to try to backhand it. Not going to happen on this possession. 4:56 to go, second period. Greenwich ahead by 2, 5-3. Great job, Ryan Ohl with a steal. And now we go over to Mealy. 4:37 to go, second period, 5-3. Greenwich up by 2. Ball into Sogard. Sogard now at the top of the key. And Ewald. Exclusion on La Jolla. Can't see the cap number from here. I think it's cap 7, La Jolla. La Jolla trying to do it. Fahey swims it in gently. Luke Nelson's there. Nelson's winding up. Nelson, flick, 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 and a flick of his wrist. Luke Nelson and the lasso. And Luke Nelson, the Greenwich faithful, calling out Luke. And then Luke's lasso maneuver. You're not sure where it's going to go. And Greenwich now up by 3. La Jolla resets. Luke Nelson, cap 7, comes up with it. Ryan Ohl on D. La Jolla now bringing the ball up. A lot of battling in the middle. Delane is at set D. And another steal by Fahey. Beautiful job by the rising senior. And Mealy has it. He will go over to the strong side. Sogard is there. And Fahey's at the corner of the pool. Strong side. Sogard turns his player. Ordinary foul. Sogard over to Nelson. Nelson in possession of the ball. Ryan Ohl at the top of the key. Ewald down at the post. And La Jolla with a quick steal at 3:28. Score 6-3. Greenwich leads by 3. La Jolla bringing the ball into play. Seems to be a lot of confusion in the water. Beautiful block by Mealy. Quick shot by La Jolla. And now Greenwich will bring it back up the pool. And yes, that was Coach Sam Bass you saw walking by. It's another day in California with all the Connecticut folks. Luke Nelson with the ball will swim it over. Sogard in the center to Delane. Exclusion. Delane draws the exclusion, and that will be on La Jolla. And now Greenwich man up. At the strong side is Sogard, weak side is Ryan Ohl. Ohl with the ball over to Sogard across the pool. Back to Fahey at the top of the key. Fahey takes his time. Beautifully placed job. Tyler Fahey on the assist to William Ewald with his signature Loch Ness move at the post. So Greenwich makes it 7-3. Beautifully done. The Greenwich faithful likes that. Beautiful job by Tyler Fahey on the assist to William Ewald, who's down at the left post. La Jolla to reset. 7-3. Greenwich leads by 4 in the second period. 2:28 to go. La Jolla will bring the ball into play. Wilson is back in for Delane. He'll get a break after La Jolla with the ball. Ordinary foul. Luke Nelson applying pressure. Exclusion now on Greenwich, and that will be on, I think, can't see the cap number, cap 12 on Wilson. Man up for La Jolla. Greenwich protecting its turf. And La Jolla's going to shoot. Miele's going to block it. La Jolla will get another shot at it on a rebound. And ordinary foul. La Jolla looking to get it in center. And Ewald and Old come up. Fahey comes up with it. Another great job by Tyler Fahey. Back to Miele. Tyler Fahey, beautiful heads-up play. Scrapping for the ball. 7-3, 1:28 to go. Second period. Miele brings the ball into play. Sogard. Fahey's at the top of the screen. He's in the strong position. Luke Nelson down at the weak side. Beautiful shot by Sogard. That gets tipped by the goalie. And now Greenwich will bring it in from the 2-meter. It's Greenwich ball. Ryan Ohl will bring it in. He shoots it over to Nelson. Exclusion. Oh, offensive foul, my bad. Offensive foul. Now La Jolla will bring the ball up. 1:06 to go, second period. Wilson applies pressure. Fahey over on the weak, strong side. Fahey with another great steal. It's his third. Great job by Fahey. Great heads-up play. Grab the ball, pull it in. Great job by Tyler. Miele bring the ball into play. He'll go to Ewald. Ewald. Fahey still up in the strong side of the pool. That means the other side of the pool where they do the swim off. William Ewald. Sogard with the ball. Sogard shoots. Sogard just gets it in. They make it. Beautiful job by Vilas, pretty much at the buzzer to make it 8-3 in the second period. 25 seconds to go. We call that one a buzzer beater. 25 seconds to go. Jack Delane is coming in for Wilson. La Jolla is resetting. In the pool, Luke Nelson, Ryan Ohl, Jack Delane at center, Tyler Fahey, Changur Bartusik is in, as well as Vilas Sogard. Miele in goal. Miele with another block. Great job by Miele. 15 seconds in the second period. 8-3. Greenwich up by 5. Great. Looks like Nelson was trying to come up with it. And they're going to call a penalty on Delane, but it's not an exclusion. It is a 5-meter because you're basically coming over the back of the other player. So now Miele, Ryan Miele, tested again, as he's done so well in this tournament. And La Jolla will make that one to narrow the deficit to bring themselves within 4. 8-4. 5 seconds to go. Greenwich to reset. Give it to Ohl. Ohl rips it. And La Jolla responds, and that will bring us to the half where Greenwich leads by 8-4. Sorry, Greenwich leads 8-4. I believe the shot clock is wrong for La Jolla. It should be 4 points, not 3. but someone will figure that out. So Greenwich will go to the other side of the pool. You've got 2 minutes to get yourself a sandwich. I think it's 11:30 back home, and we'll be back. Well, Richard Kaczynski poolside, joined by Thomas Ewald, our statistician. Thomas, any comments on the game?
Not as of yet. I think the team's playing really well, but still 2 quarters to go.
Indeed, spoken like a true statesman that you are, Thomas. Luke Nelson will lead this swim off for aquatics, followed by Ryan Ohl, Changar Bartusik. Again, Greenwich is on the other side of the pool now. Ryan Millet, Chase Wilson, Vilas Sogard, Tyler Fahey on the weak side. So La Jolla is getting set in the water, and we're about to have the swim off. And again, it will be Luke Nelson leading this swim off. We've had Kaczynski and Fahey have both won their swim offs, and now Nelson gets tested. Third quarter, scores 8-4. Greenwich leads by 4. Quite an assortment of college coaches here watching the game. I see Fordham. I see Santa Clara, Wagner, and let's see, Luke Nelson. Nelson comes up with it. He'll go to Ohl, and Greenwich will now resume play against La Jolla. Bartusik brings the ball up. Greenwich in possession. Sogard with the ball. Shot taken by, is that by Bartusik? Bartusik takes the shot. Goalie blocks it. Out of bounds, Greenwich possession. Luke Nelson to take the ball in from the top of your screen. That was Ohl over to Fahey. Fahey about 5 meters away. Fahey moves in. Ohl is there. Ohl is looking. Ohl fires, and Ohl finds the back of the net cross cage to make it 9-4 at 6:31 to go in the third period. Other coaches here, we see Bucknell. Who else do I see? USC, Stanford. Harvard is here. Coach Minnis. Coach Wilbur of Santa Clara, as I mentioned. So big representation watching these great boys play from La Jolla and from Greenwich. La Jolla ball. Ryan Millet is defending that western goal. Sun is in his eyes. La Jolla takes the ball. And in the set D, and a great job by Fahey. That's I believe, his 4th steal. Great quick play by Fahey. Really distinguishing play for this morning matchup. 9-4, 5:57 to go, third period. Shot made, blocked. No. blocked by the goalie, but the trajectory was just such that the ball kept going. Who made the shot? I think Luke Nelson shoots it from at least 5 meters. Hard shot, makes it 10-4. 5:41 to go in the period. Luke Nelson with the bucket. Chase Wilson will engage. Over to the far side of the pool. La Jolla will swim it over. Work the ball around. 5:26 to go, third period. Fahey is there applying pressure. And they're going to call an exclusion on Bartusic, number 3. La Jolla's trying to capitalize on that. Ordinary foul. Thank goodness, that slows the momentum down. There's Bartusic's first exclusion. La Jolla going across, long pass. La Jolla will now chase it down. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Sogard, La Jolla just can't handle the ball. And they kind of will try to reset it, and they'll do a quick shot. And you've got Luke Nelson swoops in, grabs it, and Mealy was there. So nice double defense, essentially. 10-4, 4:44 to go. Third period. Mealy to Nelson, to Fahey. Fahey at the bottom of your screen. Fahey across the pool. Nice job. Exclusion on La Jolla. Greenwich now man-up situation. And a timeout called by La Jolla. No, timeout called by Coach Jamie. So they're going to think about this one. 10-4, 4:29 to go in the period. After a very tough game against Newport yesterday, the squad is rested, reflective, and responding. 4:29 to go, third period. Greenwich 10, La Jolla 4. And momentary timeout. Greenwich is in possession of the ball. Greenwich will be man up. And after this game, Greenwich will be playing at 2 p.m., 5 o'clock Eastern, against either SET or CT Premier. Greenwich has 3 games today, 8, 2, and 3. A win in all 3 will take Greenwich. The third game will be a semifinal. So Greenwich does have a shot to go the distance. Greenwich taking the ball into play. Greenwich working the ball around. Nelson to Ole. In the center to Wilson. Wilson just, and beautiful job by William Ewald. Sheerly just grinding that ball in. Beautiful job. Beautiful, beautiful job by William Ewald. Incredible goal. The goalie stopped it. There was some shuffling around in front of the goal, and Ewald just there and just paddling and pushing the ball over the goal line to make it 11-4. 4:14 to go in the period. La Jolla to reset. They'll bring in a new player. William Ewald. Ryan Ole will apply pressure, top of the pool. La Jolla, he'll back off. La Jolla will now swim it in. They were at a half pool, by the way, where that transpired. La Jolla working the ball around. In set D is William Ewald. La Jolla looking to sharpshoot. Hits the left post. Close shot. Not to be. Greenwich will now move the ball up. 3:42 to go, 11-4. Ryan Mealy distributes to William Ewald. Ewald over to Vila Sogard. Sogard across the pool, and a beautiful tip in by Luke Nelson. is Kaczynski, Fahey, Ewald, Chase Wilson in hole set, Luke Nelson, Ryan Ohl. Ryan Miele in goal. La Jolla with possession. They go across the pool. Kaczynski will apply pressure. Shot goes wide. And now Miele will bring the ball up into play for Greenwich. 3:07 to go, third period. Ball to Ewald. Ewald looks across the pool. And you got Fahey on the weak side and Kaczynski just inside. Ewald goes over to Fahey. Boys are fairly spread out. Fahey, oh, good try. Fahey tried to get it to Ohl, and La Jolla just there. Fahey will now chase it down. Exclusion, and sorry, 5 meter. It's hard to do when you're chasing down another swimmer. You're probably going to go over the back of them. So La Jolla gets a chance at a 5 meter. Ryan Miele. And La Jolla will make that one count to make it 5-12. Greenwich leads by 8. Sorry, Greenwich leads by 7. La Jolla to reset. Sorry, Greenwich to reset. Apologies. I did finish my coffee. I know, Allison, you're wondering if I'm lucid after my coffee. Greenwich takes the ball in. William Ewald swims it up on the weak side again. Fahey. This time they go over to Ohl, or they go over to Luke Nelson. Luke Nelson's on the strong side. He looks across the pool, shoots over to Kaczynski. Kaczynski, quick flick to Ohl. Ohl, quick flick to Fahey. Fahey across to Nelson. They're just going seesawing across the pool, but Nelson fires it, and that's blocked. And now La Jolla will take it the other way. 12-5, 2:07 to go, third period. La Jolla worked the ball up. It's offensive foul. Ball goes back to Greenwich. Ryan Ohl looking to see who's open. You've got Wilson swimming up. He'll go across to Kaczynski. He'll go over to Fahey. Fahey in possession of the ball. Kaczynski, they're circled around. Over to Ohl, back to Fahey. Fahey on the weak side. Beautiful shot by Tyler Fahey. He flicks it to Chase Wilson, and Chase Wilson pounds it in. So Wilson on the goal, the assist from Fahey. Nice job by both players. That one had gotten shut down yesterday, but not today. 13-5. 8-point differential, 1:32 to go, third period. In the water for aquatics, bottom to top. Kaczynski, Fahey, Jack Delane at center, William Ewald set D, Ryan Ohl, and Luke Nelson on the strong side. La Jolla has a new player coming in. Ryan Miele in goal. La Jolla. Ohl will apply pressure. They're at half pool. Now they toss the ball up. Nelson is there, applying pressure. Top of the pool. Now it's Delane applying pressure. Pool's in the center of the ball's in the center of the pool, and beautiful job by Kaczynski behind the player, and Fahey just comes in and sweeps it up. So another steal for Fahey. I think that's 4. Ball to Ewald. Ewald looking, ball's getting open. Ball to Kaczynski. Offensive foul, and Kaczynski will just let it go, and they'll just change direction. 54 seconds to go, third period. It's an 8-point difference, 13-5. Greenwich leading. Ball across the pool. Fahey will apply pressure. Luke Nelson comes in to apply pressure. They're on the strong side. La Jolla looking to kind of swim it over. Luke Nelson applies pressure now. And good effort by La Jolla. That will not make it in, but it goes across the cage. And Miele will pick the ball up and distribute. 24 seconds to go, third period. Ryan Miele to distribute. And And Millet calls Kaczynski. Kaczynski swims over and grabs it, over to Fahey. Good coverage by La Jolla. Shot clock winding. Oh! Fahey tried to just do another alley-oop to Delane, and they just couldn't quite get it. So at the end of 3 periods, Greenwich is 13 and La Jolla 5. We'll be back. All right, welcome back. We're about to resume the 4th quarter of this matchup, Greenwich Aquatics 18U versus La Jolla. The rematch of the club champs of 3 weeks ago out in Riverside. Greenwich is in control 13-5. Luke Nelson will lead the swim off, followed by Ryan Ohl, Changar Bartusek, Ryan Millet, Jack Delane, Charlie Kaczynski, and Tyler Fahey. Nelson will pick it up. He will go over to Ohl. He'll actually go over to Bartusek, not to Ohl. Ball over to Fahey. Fahey swinging it up, turning his player. Exclusion for La Jolla. Man up, Greenwich. Is it going to be an exclusion? It is an exclusion on cap 4. And Greenwich in possession of the ball. And a timeout is called. So they're going to think about that one. And Greenwich in the advantage. It's the water polo equivalent of power play for those of you kind of new to the game. And again, just want to take a moment to let you know the next game for Aquatics will be at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific. And that will be against either the winner of SET, S-E-T, versus CT Premier. CT Premier having a good tournament. And of course, Greenwich and CT, crosstown rivals, including playing for the qualifiers to get into this tournament. Aquatics now has the ball. Ball is in play. Greenwich man up, 6 on 5. Nelson stopping, listening to Coach Jamie. Over. Fahey, I'm sorry, I can't get a better angle here. Fahey looking. Well, Ewald does it again. Same way, like the Hydra comes up, arms from the depths of the pool to put another one in. 14-5, 6:29 to go. So Greenwich in the last 2 quarters has scored within the first 30 seconds of possession. La Jolla will take the ball in. Delane will apply pressure. Ball will come across the pool. Kaczynski over the cover. Now it's up at the strong side. We also now have Emil Sogard in, cap 4. Greenwich getting back into position. Boya working the ball around. And La Jolla makes it happen. So La Jolla puts one in. And let me let you know who's in the pool because we had a few substitutions. I didn't want to interrupt, but we've got in the water, bottom and top of your screen, Tyler Fahey, John Magdakalica, Jack Delane in center, backed up by William Ewald in set D. Charlie Kaczynski has shifted over. And at the weak side is Emil Sogard, cap 4. Greenwich in possession, they'll move the ball in. Magdakalica in possession, over to center. Delane can't get it, but he does get an ordinary foul. And Greenwich back in possession. Magdakalica looking, he's at 5 meters. He goes over to Sogard, Sogard to Kaczynski. Kaczynski looks like he's going to wind up. He passes, clock going, and Sogard shoots, and that goes off the post. And now La Jolla will bring it back into play. 5:27 to go in the period. La Jolla very quick on the transition, and now exclusion on Magdakalica, cap 9, so man up for La Jolla. La Jolla working the ball around in the center. Set is basically Kaczynski. La Jolla move the ball around. Fahey now will engage, and that shot just goes high corner. And La Jolla puts one on to make it 7 to 14. So they narrow the gap. Again in the water, Fahey, Delane at center, Magdakalica, Ewald, Kaczynski, and Emil Sogard, Mile in goal. Ewald. Ball across to Sogard. Sogard to Ewald. Kaczynski's posted up. Magdakalica over his old teammate Kaczynski. Kaczynski chases it down. Kaczynski looks to lob. And Kaczynski does a lob, and in it goes. 15-7. Heads up play by the incoming freshman to Santa Clara. 4:33 to go. Delane will apply pressure. Kaczynski applies pressure. La Jolla will move it. Kaczynski backs off on an ordinary foul. Emil Sogard applying pressure. Nice job by the rising junior. He'll back off. We'll go again. Kaczynski looking to steal. He'll back off. La Jolla set. Beautiful job. Mile stops it. And they're going to call a 5-meter for La Jolla. So the ball was in play in front of the net. I think they called it on Mile. So Mile getting in the action. Ryan Mile will now block. And that does not go in. Just a unlucky bounce for La Jolla. Goes Greenwich's way. And the score remains 15-7. Greenwich leads by 8. Ewald with the ball. Magdakalica called for it. Magdakalica over to Fahey. Fahey with a shot. And now we'll go back the other way. 3:41 to go. Long pass by La Jolla. Mile quickly scoops it up. And now we'll go back the other way. 3:31 to go. 4th period. Ball to Magdakalica. Magdakalica, the senior, he'll be heading to Fordham next year. Magdakalica over to Fahey. Fahey looks across the pool, finds Sogard. Sogard fires, and Emil Sogard, cap 4, makes it 16-7. 3:13 to go in the period. There's a host of substitutions happening right now. Looks like Chongar Bartusek is coming in for William Ewald, and Luke Nelson is coming in for Kaczynski. Delane will come in and apply pressure. 3:09 to go, fourth period, 16 to 7. You can walk in front. That's fine. You're very polite. Thank you. What parent are you? With Set or yeah? Nice. Thank you so much. You could totally walk in front. Thank you. La Jolla with the ball. Some nice parents here at JA's. And La Jolla smartly dumps it. The shot clock expired. 2:41 to go. Fourth period. Greenwich 16. La Jolla 7. Melee in the water. Magda Kalitsa at the bottom of your screen. They'll go across to the strong side to Emil Sogard. Sogard across to Magda Kalitsa. Mags looking. Fahey's at the bottom of your screen on the weak side. Magda Kalitsa back to Sogard. Sogard grabs the ball, reels it back in. Luke Nelson at the top of your screen. Luke Nelson fires, shot blocked. 16 to 7. 2:11 to go. La Jolla will bring the ball back up. La Jolla very quickly brings the ball back up. I didn't move the camera that quickly. Ball back at the bottom of your screen. Greenwich getting back into position. In set D is Bartusek. Delane applies pressure. And La Jolla tries the country club lob, goes just a little bit far. 16 to 7, 1:43 to go in this fourth period. Melee distributes up to Sogard. Sogard. Back to Bartusek. Bartusek looking for the open man. Sun is right in their eyes. He'll go over to Magda Kalitsa. Magda Kalitsa will swim the ball up. He's got plenty of blue water in front of him, and he'll go up. Oh, pass just long. Fahey was in position. Fahey grabs it, tries to flick it in. Now we'll go back the other way. La Jolla, long pass up. Bartusek is there. It's 1:06 to go, fourth period. Set D now is Nelson. Fahey applying pressure. Now Delane applies pressure, ordinary foul. 51 seconds to go, fourth period. Beautiful stop by Delane. La Jolla to do a low pass, didn't make it through. Melee with the ball, Melee looking up. Melee will distribute to Fahey, who's now on the strong side. Fahey across the pool to Bartusek. Bartusek draws an ordinary. Luke Nelson over to Magda Kalitsa. They go over to Sogard. They tell him to shoot. Sogard lob, and that will go over the crossbar. 16 to 7, 19 seconds left. La Jolla's goalie is going to swim it up. 10 seconds. And a great effort by La Jolla, so Greenwich will walk away with a W at this one. The score will be 16 to 7. We will see you at 5 p.m. Eastern. We hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. Signing off from Foothills High School in Tustin, California. It's Richard Kosinski. We'll see you soon.